As you can see, I'm still having a lighting problem. It's not going to get glamorous. I've given up trying to be glamorous in my YouTube videos. This is reality, right? So, it is January the 9th, and I made a video yesterday. In what would be, it'll be a month tomorrow that I've been in intermittent fasting. And this morning I woke up and I was very angry. And I thought about my video from yesterday and how rambly it was. And I'm not going to post it because it was all like me trying to be happy. And this morning I'm not happy. I'm not a happy camper this morning. I took pictures, so it'll be a month tomorrow, like I said. And I look fatter in my pictures than I did a month ago, 4 weeks ago. It's frustrating because it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give you my numbers and then I'm going to not cry about it, and it doesn't make sense to me. And this is why I give up. So I'm not going to give up because overall intermittent fasting and that style of eating makes me feel better. As I've mentioned before, I eat fairly healthy as it is. I have the occasional splurge. Of course I do. I'm not a robot. I'm not a crazy fanatic of any kind. So of course I occasionally eat things that I really shouldn't. I'm struggling this morning. It's difficult. It's difficult because I initially had lost 3 pounds in the first week, and then it came back, and it hasn't moved since. I went to 217, and then I've been at 220 for the last 3 weeks. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating watching the scale go down, and then the scale go back up again, and then the scale sit again, as it did since March. 220, 220, 220. Some days it goes up to 225, which makes me even happier. So, yeah, I'm not happy this morning. Now here's the other thing that doesn't make sense to me. Although I have put the 3 pounds back on, so I'm going to obviously assume it was water weight that I've now regained and had nothing to do with fat, I have lost inches off my entire body in the last 4 weeks. And here is where the frustration lies. So you lose fat, which is clearly in the form of inches, because what else would it be? It wouldn't be water weight, it would be fat coming off my body. And yet the scale remains the same number. It's hard to keep going when you focus so hard on that number on the scale. So mentally, as challenging as it is, I'm going to try and make a commitment to myself. We'll go 1 week at a time of not weighing myself. Maybe I'll weigh myself in 6 months. I can't do it anymore. The times that I was successful in my weight loss, I didn't have a scale in my house. There was a scale at the gym, and that was it. I didn't weigh myself at the gym because by the time I finished my workout, I was hungry and I drank a bunch of water, so I knew the number wouldn't be accurate, so I just didn't bother. I didn't bother weighing myself at the gym. Plus there was people around. I didn't want them to see that. And those were the times when I was successful. Now, the other times that I was successful, I ate fairly healthy during the week and I worked out, and the weight slowly came off. Clearly, you see me. You know how much I weigh. I've told you. I don't weigh 400 pounds. I'm not going to lose 5, 10, 15 pounds in a week. It's just not, it physically doesn't make sense for that to happen to me. Not at all. Not at all. If I tell somebody I weigh 220 pounds, they look at me and say, no, you don't. Well, of course I do, because I have big boobs and they are a lot of fat and they probably weigh 10 pounds in total. So of course I weigh 220. I don't think I look like I weigh 220. I see pictures of myself and I think I weigh 240. But then I look back at pictures of myself when I weigh 250 and I know that I don't weigh 250 or 240. I know what I look like at 250. But it's hard. It's hard to stay motivated when that scale does not move. So I'm going to put it away. And it'll be 1 week at a time. And 1 week will hopefully turn into 2, and then 3, and then 4. And carry on. It's mentally draining trying to play that game with the scale, and I don't win. I don't win that game. The scale wins that game every single time. So I will keep measuring myself with the tape measure, and I will keep reminding myself of how much better I feel by eating less during the day. And I will continue to try and limit my sugar, and I will continue to not break my fast with a sugary situation instead of I'm trying to, that is one of my goals. Do not break my fast with something that has sugar in it. So even if it's a piece of cheese, it's a fat instead of a sugar, and that's what I'm trying to break my fast with. I'm probably 85% successful in that. So, okay, Debbie Downer here. I'm going to give you my numbers for the month, and I understand that today is Monday, and I said I was going to weigh in every Tuesday. Now, if you watch my video from last week, you'll know that I started a new job on Wednesday, and on the Tuesday before the Wednesday, yes, that's how the week goes, I was too busy running around to get everything ready to go back to work that I just didn't have time to do a video. So I do have numbers from the week from last Tuesday, and I have numbers from today, and I am going to change my video day to either Sunday or Monday because Tuesday is impossible. I do have afternoon shifts, so I start at 11. I guess that's more mid-morning, but so I have 2 evening shifts that are 11 to 7:30, and then I have 3 day shifts that are 8 to 4:30. So I'm going to move my video day to Sunday or Monday, most likely Monday, because Sunday I see that when I try to do a video, I'm very rambly. That was a video yesterday. Hi, let's be happy that I haven't lost it. Yeah, no. So we're scrapping that video because today is reality. Today is the reality of I'm very pissed off about the scale, and it's time to put it away. Why did I buy it to begin with? I don't know. I managed to lose 20 pounds by eating better and exercising without a scale in my house. And then I decided to bring that nasty bastard back into my house again. Why did I do that? I don't know. Maybe we'll just take the scale and put it in the shed. Because of the amount of snow we had yesterday, it was past my knees. So if I think about I want to weigh myself, I'm going to be pretty friggin' committed to going out there to weigh myself. So yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I will put it in the shed. Okay, rambling. See? Rambling still. I'm also really hungry this morning because I didn't fast yesterday, and you can tell when it makes a big difference. I just feel, overall, I just don't feel well because I ate shitty food at like 10 o'clock last night. Like, shitty. Like, think of the shittiest food that you could possibly eat. That's what I ate last night, and I won't mention where it came from. It wasn't cooked in my kitchen. So, okay, I'm going to give you week 3 and week 4 numbers, and then I'm going to tell you what the overall was for the week, for the month. Okay, so in week 3, I'm just gonna, when I put the title in this video, I'll say that it's week 3 and 1 month update because I skipped last week. And that's the other thing, right? If you look at the history of my videos, when I don't do well, I just don't post, and it's not fair. I need to be accountable for everything, and I have to remember that the number on the tape measure is just as important as the number on the scale. And it's hard. And I feel your struggle if you're having the same one as me because it's hard. It's really difficult. We put so much importance in that number on the scale that it just seems to blow all the other numbers right out of importance level. Like, nobody seems to care about the fact that the tape measure moved but the scale didn't, or the scale went up, or the scale went sideways. The scale's gonna go sideways. Okay, so week 3, for some reason I gained an inch on my boobs, but I don't know what, that's probably nothing. That reminds me, I started this journey and I had my period, so that means my friend's gonna be back shortly. Goody. Love it so much. You know what? As much as I don't want to go through the hormone situation of going through menopause, like, I will so be happily done with my period when it is finally finished, because I'm sick of it. Anyway, TMI. So in the third week, I didn't lose any off my underboobs, nothing off my waist. I had half an inch down on my belly and half an inch down on my hips, and I lost a quarter an inch on my thighs. This week, technically week 4 is tomorrow, but it's one friggin' day. Nothing off my boobs, nothing off my underbust, nothing off my waist, but half an inch off my belly and hips. I'm sure that I've mentioned it before, but that is where my problem area is. All of my fat is sitting in the middle of my body. So, where did I put that piece of paper? Now, when I look at that number makes me unhappy. Those numbers that I just read to you, they make me unhappy. But when I pull my number from the original start, which was back in, well, I guess it would be originally number, I forgot to write the date down. It would have been November. So it would have been the end of November was the first time I took measurements and wrote them down. And when I look at those numbers, that shows me that stuff's happening, obviously. I just don't understand. I guess maybe I'm bloated. I'm probably bloated from last night, and there was probably a lot of sodium in what I ate. So I guess it makes sense that my pictures look exactly the same. I actually think I look fatter. So you're not seeing them. Sorry. I know I promised pictures 2 weeks ago, but you're not seeing them. I'm not posting those. Maybe when I see some kind of difference or something else changes, I will post pictures. But right now, not happening. Probably deleted them. I should probably keep them. But they really don't look any different. So maybe I'll feel better tomorrow and I'll take them again, but okay, sorry. So in total, in 4 weeks, I lost 2 inches under my boobs. So basically my back fat. I lost 1.75 inches off my waist. I lost 3.5 inches off my hips. So I mean that's pretty, like I said, my hips, sorry, I'm looking for my marker. I'm going to try and do math for you guys. My hips are like the problem area, right? My hips and my belly. So 3.5 inches off my hips 3.5 inches off my belly and 3 inches off my hips and 1.25 inches off my thighs, which that number really excites me because it takes a lot for me to get fat off my legs. So I'm kind of happy about that. What I should do next week is give you my numbers from when I was 249. I have them somewhere. I have to find them, but yeah. And I think that's the important thing, right? If you write your numbers down and then you go back, you don't think stuff's happening and then you go back and look at it, I think you're going to feel better about yourself. Because I do. I feel better about myself by looking at those numbers and realizing that I was here and now I'm here. So I don't want to be there. So now I'm here and that's a better place to be. Here than there, better place. Yeah. So total. God, you're going to make me do math on camera. Like I said, I had lost 3 pounds, but it came back. So I'm 220 still after 4 weeks. But I have lost 6. Oh God, too much math. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? Oh my God, I can't add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, sorry. I lost 8.5 inches on my body in 4 weeks. So at 220 pounds, fairly, I think I have a large bone structure and I carry a lot of muscle on my body. Like, I think that, well, if I look back when I was smaller, I was athletic. I have an athletic body shape, right? I have a hip, my hip and waist are 10 inches apart at all times. So I have hourglass. I do love my body shape. I'm just really frustrated with the fact that I don't seem to be making any progress on the scale. But 8.5 inches in 4 weeks, I think is pretty good. And as I've said before, and I'm going to keep stressing to everybody that watches this and is wondering about intermittent fasting, it's not a miracle. It is not a miracle cure for weight loss, not even close. It is a tool in your toolbox of healthy weight management and getting in shape. It is a tool. That is all it is. It is not a miracle. It's a tool. So if you eat 4,000 calories a day and you're intermittent fasting, you're not going to lose weight. You'll probably gain weight. And I have to remember that. I can't just eat whatever I want. And I haven't for the past week. My lunches have been really good. I've had chicken and salad and vegetables. I need to eat more vegetables, and I know that. So my goal for the week is to not worry so much about my I don't want to say accountability because that's not what it is. On the weekends, I'm not going to stress about food. So if I happen to eat more than I should, or I eat past 8 o'clock, I'm not going to worry about it. So my weekends are Sunday, Monday. I'm not going to worry about it. For the other 5 days of the week, I will stick to my schedule and I will eat well. And I will try to eat more I love vegetables. I'm too lazy to cook them. So that's my goal for the week. My goal for the week is to see if I can portion control using 21-day fixed containers. I want to say Monday to Friday, but my week is Tuesday to Saturday. So Tuesday to Saturday, be accountable for what I'm putting in my mouth and actually pay attention to portion sizes. And then on the weekend, try to be good. Try to stick with my eating window, which sometimes goes out the window. Like right now I'm starving. But am I though? I could just be thirsty. And I've talked about that before too. I was hungry this morning, but I was also angry. So, hangry. Okay. I am at a very long-winded video, and I'm sorry if that's too long for you and I talk too much, but if it is, go somewhere else and watch someone else's video. That's what I do. I ramble. And if you watch me, you'll be used to that by now. So, okay. So goals for the week. Continue on breaking fast with a fat instead of a sugar. Portion control 5 days a week. Being accountable on the weekend, but not so stringent. And sticking with my 16-8 eating window. So that reminder is I eat from noon to 8 and I fast from 8 to noon. Sometimes I don't make it in the 8. I have to eat till 9 because of my schedule. But that would mean pushing my lunch back to 1, which I might do. And I would like to flirt a little bit with pushing my eating window to make it a little smaller. I don't know if I can do that, but I can try. But that means not eating until 1 o'clock. And sometimes with where I work, that's hard. Sometimes it's pretty busy and other times it's not busy. So if I could push, I can't, the problem is I can't schedule my eating times at work because a lot of the times something could be going on and I can't sit down right at noon. So I wish we had a coffee maker at work. We do not, because that would help, right? If I had coffee, that would help me suppress my appetite for a few more hours, but we don't have that there. I suppose I could bring iced coffee to work. Might be a plan. All right, I will see you next week as of Monday, and I hope you all have a good week, and try not to be so upset like I was, but you are, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle to lose weight, and it's been a long road for me, and I'm going to try to remember when I was successful, and I'm going to try and pull that knowledge, and I'm going to throw my scale in a snowbank, and I'm going to run over it with the car. Bye. I'll see you next week.